Everybody please rise.
Silence is hereby enjoined.
Thank you. The inaugural session of the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan is now called to order. The presiding officer requests Honorable Rika Jane L. Garin, SP member of the 1st District of Iloilo, to lead us into prayer, and after which let us all together recite the Pledge of Allegiance to the Philippine flag, and for the board members to recite the board members' creed.
Let us put ourselves in the holy presence of the Lord, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Almighty and ever-living, we come before you today with humble hearts, grateful for the opportunity to serve our people. As we open this first session of the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of the province of Iloilo, we acknowledge that true leadership comes from you. Lord, bless each member present here today. Fill us with wisdom that comes from above, wisdom that is pure, peace-loving, considerate, and full of mercy. Strengthen our resolve to serve with honesty and humility. May our differences enrich our future discussions, and may unity and respect reign in this 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Guide our minds, open our hearts, and inspire our actions. We pray that everything we accomplish in this 3-year term may contribute to the progress and welfare of our municipalities, districts, and the whole province of Iloilo. This we pray in your most holy name.
I pledge allegiance to the Philippine flag and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible and with liberty and justice, liberty and democracy.
Please all sit. Secretary, roll please.
Honorable Dibuque,
Present.
Honorable Garin, Honorable Hermianda, Honorable Mudihar, Honorable Kahilig, Honorable Gonzales, Honorable Palatrica, Honorable Oso, Honorable Istura, Honorable Tupas, Honorable Suplico, Honorable Debuque, Honorable Javier. We have 13 members, Your Honor, present.
With 13 members present, the chair declares the existence of a quorum. Good afternoon again. Welcome, honorable members of the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan, our family members, our partners from the executive branch, from the various sectoral groups of the province of Iloilo, our friends from the media, our friends and guests. Good afternoon. The chair designates the temporary floor leader, the Honorable Rolex T. Sopico of the 5th District of Iloilo.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for designating the representation as temporary floor leader. Mr. Presiding Officer, I move to temporarily adapt the internal rules of procedure of the previous Sangguniang, the 14th Sangguniang Panlalawigan.
There is a motion to temporarily adopt the internal rules of procedure of the previous Sangguniang. Any objections? Hearing none, the internal rules of the procedure of the previous Sangguniang is hereby temporarily adopted.
May I ask Madam Chair for a 1-minute recess?
The chair declares a recess. Temporary Floor Leader.
We have here a letter from Mr. Handy Bilao, under all are quorum, National President and National Chairman respectively of the Philippine Councilors League dated June 4, 2025, informing this august body that Honorable Cristina Custodio Margarico has been appointed as the interim Provincial Federation President of the Union Federation effective July 1, 2025, in view of the election of its previous president, the Honorable Ramon G. Soliano, as the Vice Mayor of the Municipality of Santa Barbara. The temporary floor leader moves that recognize the Honorable Priscilla Custodio Margarico, interim Provincial Federation President of the Iloilo Federation, as ex-officio member of the 15th Sangguniang, representing the Philippine Councilors League.
There is a motion. Any objection? Hearing none, Honorable Cristina Custodio Margarico, interim Provincial Federation President of the Iloilo Federation, is hereby recognized as the ex-official member of the 15th Sangguniang. Temporary Floor Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. At this point, we may ask for a 10-minute recess to allow the members to greet the newest member and for her to take her oath of office before the presiding officer.
The Chair declares a recess. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me for the oath of office. I state your name. Having been appointed to the position of interim president of the Philippine Councilor League, Iloilo Chapter, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge, to the best of my ability, the duties of my position, that I will dedicate myself to attain the goals and objectives of the Philippine Councilors League, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Republic of the Philippines, defend its Constitution, and follow the lawful orders of its duly constituted authorities, that I impose upon myself this obligation voluntarily, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and mindful of the PCL guiding principle, public service above self. So help me God. Congratulations. Thank you. I think we should have the girls. Kaya orang mga girls mo na ako.
Ikaw pala. Inaugural pa lang ito.
One bar. Hablo na. Kami.
The session is resumed.
Next, Your Honor, is item 7, Privilege Hour. We will now hear the inaugural speeches of the honorable members of the 15th Sangguniang Palalawigan ng Iloilo. Let us start with the first congressional district, Your Honor. Please recognize the Honorable Rica Jane L. Garin for her inaugural speech.
Yes, the lady from the first district, Video, the Honorable Rika Jane Algarin is recognized.
Good afternoon, everyone. To my esteemed colleagues, let's also recognize our Governor, Governor Toto Defensor, our beautiful Vice Governor, Vice Governor Lian Gabuque, our department heads, officers and employees of the Capitol, media personnel, and all other guests who have graced us with their presence. Salamat gid and a blessed good afternoon. So una sa tanan, gusto ko gid magpasalamat sa akin ng mga buluyo sa Premier Distrito. Amo dya ang pinakauna, primero na beses na pag-intra ko sa serbisyo publiko, kag nabatsagan ko gid na sobra-sobra ang anda pagpalangga kanako. I was fortunate and blessed to be elected as the senior board member of the 15th Sangguniang Palalawigan. Sa tuod lang, wala man dyan sa ambisyon ko. Wala man sa ambisyon ko na maging senior board member kay bago-ahanan pa man lang ako. Nagbalaan ko na duro pa ko kinahanglan matunan, kag duro pa ko gusto na matunan. But nevertheless, I take pride sa kumpiyansa kapag sari kang ako na mga pumuluyo, and for that, salamat din, Premier Distrito. Hindi man lingod sa tanan na ang pamilya ko sa serbisyo publiko. Wala pa ko nabunag sa kalibutan, si lula ko, si lulo ko, si tatay kag si nanay, they are all in government. Pati ang mga ginikanan ko sa Leyte, sa side ni nanay ko, they're also in business or public service. So, bisan din ako mag-adto, daw ginapabulitan, ginapalibutan din ako ka mga public servants. And if I were to be completely honest, kakano, hindi man ako desidido to be in public service and to be with the government. Nakita ko man paagi kay nanay, kag kay tatay, na budlay ginaan na obra kag kapoy man. But on the bright side, I also saw how rewarding and fulfilling it was to be in public service. You go home tired, but you go home happy. Kag bisan ano ko pa kaparaya, bisan sa Manila pa ko nag-eskwela, bisan sa US pa ko nag-college, nagabalik pa ko gyapon sa kung diin ako naghalin. Amura ang Premier Distrito. And as they say, nothing beats home. Kada mag-uli ako, ibagid ang kasadya kag fulfillment na mabatsagan ko. And my parents have also made me realize that to have a purpose, you need to have a goal. You need to have a platform. And in public service, there's no cap. There's no maximum. We will always need more and more individuals, more and more willing citizens to be public servants. Kag sa paglibot-libot ko sa Premier Distrito, nakita ko man na duro pa kami kinahandan mabuligan. And together with my parents, kay nanay, kay tatay, I wanted to be a helping hand. But more importantly, I didn't want to simply inherit a role. I wanted to earn it. And I believed that if I were to lead, I must first prepare myself, understand the weight of governance, and develop the skills to serve effectively. Amura ka nag-college ko, I chose to study economics and finance to understand how systems work and how resources can shape lives. I also studied the law in order to know not just the rules, but more importantly, the rights, responsibilities, and justice that our people deserve. So I came into public service not by choice, but through preparation. Kag after ng oath-taking kagabi, naguli ko sa balay, gamuni-muni ko sa kwarto ko. Kapanong-dumgin ko, ano ang balon ko ay handrumaan man? Tapos nakita ko ang picture frame sa kwarto ko. Na I think yung pa-frame na dali nanay, na dali tatay kang bata ko. And it had the meaning of my name. On one half of the frame, it says, Rika as a peaceful ruler. And on the other half, it says Jane, God is gracious. And under each description, there's a paragraph describing peaceful ruler, describing God is gracious. And after reading that mini picture frame, daw nagka-zing moment ako, like aha moment, as to what kind of leader I want to be. So Rika, peaceful ruler. But for me, peace is not just the absence of conflict. To me, peace means balance, it means harmony, it means listening before speaking, understanding before judging, and seeking unity where others might sow division. And I have always believed that the quiet strength behind true leadership is sincerity. It is the courage to be honest, not just with others, but more importantly, with ourselves. And as a public servant, I will never promise what I cannot deliver, but I will always strive to deliver what I promise. And that is my commitment sa akin mga pupuluyo sa Premier Distrito. And I am confident that within the four corners of this session hall, we will all work together as a team, we will tackle issues in depth, we will offer adequate solutions for the betterment of every Ilonggo. And despite political differences or respective affiliations, we will stand united, working together with one purpose, which is to serve at the will of the people of the province of Iloilo. Kag pormigin ako, remind ni nanay kag ni tatay to always stay grounded, always stay focused, and make a difference. I may not be the best, but I will always do my best to be of service to the people. So thank you again to each and everyone, and a blessed good afternoon.
Our floor leader.
Madam Chair, I move that we recognize the Honorable Joanne B. Minanda.
Yes. The other lady from the First District of Iloilo, the Honorable Joanne Binanda is recognized.
Mayong adlaw, my fellow public servants, guests, our partners in media, ladies and gentlemen. Una sa tanan ang akong pagpasalamat sa kadyang oportunidad to speak before you, the august body of our 15th Iloilo Sangguniang Panlalawigan. It is indeed a good day for us to be gathered here this August fall. I am most thankful for this moment to be in the company of such distinguished members of the Provincial Board. My heart is full of joy and gratitude. That same feeling about 2 years ago when I addressed the 14th Iloilo Sangguniang Panlalawigan following my appointment as 1st District Board member. I remember the overwhelming feeling, notwithstanding my decades of government and public services. Today, I am here again with that same feeling and realization. Yet this time, I come with so much more gratitude and pride. The difference being the mandate halin sa akon mga kasimanwa sa Primer Distrito. Halin sa Banwa Kauton, Igbawan, Kimbal, Tubungan, Igparas, Miagaw, and Sanukin. That mandate resonated. And once again, a bigger humbling moment for me and my years as public servant. I would like to take this opportunity sa pagpasalamat kay Doc Nanay Kong Janet Gerin and Mayor Richard Gerin, and of course, kay Rika Jane, Board Member Rika, for the trust and confidence. Kag sa guidance man, kapag sabihin, nanin-align kami sa amon mga plano, sa amon mga tinutuyo, para sa kaayuhan kang aton pumuluyo sa Primer Distrito. And so I stand before you, prouder than ever, ready as always to continue what I have started in 2023, the whole of 2024, and yes, 2025, to our full term until 2028. As the member of the 14th Sangguniang Panlalawigan, I was entrusted with the chairmanship of the Committee on Ways and Means and the Committee on Land Use Planning, and later the Committee on Health and Sanitation. I was also designated as Vice Chairman of the Committee on Accounts, Committee on Justice, Good Government and Human Rights, Committee on Ordinances, Legal Matters and Intergovernment Relations, and Committee on Oversight. Nangimiyembro man kita ng anong halipan ng komitiba. Sa kabilugan, in those 2 years, dala natin the fruits of our collective labor that this representation most humbly led 13 zoning committee reports, 56 sa health and sanitation, 136 sa Committee on Ways and Means, 21 resolutions, 80 ka co-sponsorship. I am also happy to report that alongside and on top of this were the passage of 3 principal provincial ordinances. Provincial Ordinance Number 2023-300 and Ordinance amending pertinent section of Provincial Ordinance Number 2017-145
Revised Revenue Code of the Province of Iloilo. Provincial Ordinance Number 2024-329, an ordinance updating the scheduled market values of real properties and other improvements relative to the general revision of real property assessment of the Province of Iloilo. Provincial Ordinance Number 2024-318, an ordinance granting relief on surcharges and interest on local tax transfer on real property ownership. Pilaka committee hearings, public hearings, emergency meetings, and finally, the table discussion that I am most happy to report got us to pass the much needed revenue code of 2025 of the province of Iloilo. It was a collective effort and dedication that we as legislative partners of the executive managed to do. In this regard, may I happily share that our efforts emphasis of the updating the schedule of market values of real properties and other improvements relative to the general revision of real property assessment now made our province the example in the entire country. We are currently the only one to have this measure in place, kagaserbi nga best practice sa bilog nga pungsod. Indeed, together we can make it happen. I was a neophyte, baguhanon, santo, entrusted to do the job. Yet, because of the clear direction set before me, sa suporta sa akong fellow board members and department heads of the Iloilo Provincial Government, I was able to give justice to the position granted on me. Now more than ever, I am positive that I can perform my mandate in the provincial board with more skill, with the same integrity and dedication. Madamo nga salamat to our Sangguniang Panaligan body headed by Vice Governor Christine Tintinggarin, my former partner of 1st District Board Member Val Sirat, and the entire 14th Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Pagpasalamat that I bring with me as I become a part of the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan and alongside my 1st District partner, Board Member Rica Jingarin, fellow board members, 2nd District, 3rd, 4th, and 5th Districts, our ex-official board members, and of course our presiding officer, Vice Governor Lian Dibuki of this 15th Provincial Board. May God's abiding grace continue to guide us and make us worthy of the trust bestowed upon us by the people of Iloilo. Rakto gid nga salamat. Temporary floor leader.
At this point, Madam Chair, let us move to the members coming from the 2nd District of the Province of Iloilo. May I move that we recognize the Honorable June S. Mundia.
Yes, the gentleman from the 2nd District of Iloilo, the Honorable June S. Mondihar, is recognized.
Madam Presiding Officer, acknowledged in this office by the department heads, media partners in public service. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. First, let me thank God for this new opportunity bestowed upon me to serve the people of the province of Iloilo. I also thank those who were offered and encouraged to challenge our candidacies, but rejected such offer and encouragement. And then we won again unopposed. I would like as well to express my gratitude to the voters of the 2nd District of Iloilo who voted me. Salamat kin sa inyo padayon na pagsalig. I assure you that you will not regret casting your votes for my candidacy. This is now my 3rd term, the 2nd set of terms as member of the Sangguniang Pananabigan. Since it's barely 2 months already after the election, let us set aside the division brought upon the election. Let us carefully forget the recently concluded election-related issues. Let bygones be bygones. From now on, let us rather gradually embrace the value of unity and adopt the principle of synergy to ensure effective working relationship for the betterment of this province. Let us gradually establish a working environment wherein we work together as a team, in which the welfare of the people is our primordial consideration. A working environment wherein we respect the opinions of our colleagues even though we strongly disagree with such opinion. A working environment wherein whenever we have discussion, may it be brief or lengthy, may the issue be controversial or not, it should be healthy and in proper decorum. And a working environment wherein it inevitable, after a heated discussion, we are still friends and continue to work together in promoting the welfare and well-being of the people of this province. In my 2nd term, I was given the opportunity to chair the 2 committees, namely the Committee on Ordinances, Legal Matters, and Intergovernment Relations, and the Committee on Public Order and Safety. As chairman of these committees, we have successfully reviewed many ordinances and executive orders from the component municipalities and city. Still, for having no absent. Thanks God. There was a party in the approval of all resolutions urgently requested by the governor to grant him authority to sign contracts, memorandum of agreement, memorandum of understanding, and other forms of agreement. I have also authored and sponsored a number of ordinances and resolutions, respectively beneficial to the people of this province. To name a few: Aerodrome Safety Ordinance of Iloilo International Airport, an ordinance institutionalizing drug-free workplaces in the province of Iloilo, an anti-pirated, anti-counterfeit, and or anti-fake goods or drugs medicines ordinance, CCTV ordinance of the province of Iloilo, illegal drugs border control ordinance, an ordinance establishing the search for outstanding barangay tunnels, an ordinance establishing the search for outstanding, an ordinance establishing the educational reintegration assistance for former rebels and children of former rebels, an ordinance establishing the educational reintegration assistance for members of Kapatiran or their dependents, an ordinance establishing the search for outstanding fire station, an ordinance establishing the search for outstanding police station, among others. I have also sponsored a number of resolutions, such as, among others, resolution to provide additional 6 sets of canine dogs for narcotics needed to strengthen illegal drug borders control. Resolution urging the PDEAP, NPPCC, and TPA to strengthen their cooperation in preventing the entry of illegal drugs in the different port of entry. Resolution requesting the matters of the coastal municipalities to require the respective products and the coastal barangays to post the prevention of entry of illegal drugs through their coastal areas. These legislative accomplishments were made possible with the support of the members of the committee and and other colleagues in the 410 Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Rest assured, ladies and gentlemen, that this representation will continue to author ordinances and sponsor resolutions beneficial to the people of this province. In this 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan, we have a presiding officer who is a former mayor and a strong advocate of good governance as evidenced by the SGLG awards received by the municipality of Anilao under her work recognizing leadership. Natin sa naraya. Almost 50% of the members of this 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan are re-elected. Namely, this representation, Board Member Juan Carmenanda, Board Member Rolito Cahileg, Board Member Jason Gonzalez, Board Member Uli Distora. One member is a former congressman, a former vice governor, a lawyer of national caliber. Lawyer Likod Boroy. Referring to Board Member Uli Soblico. Almost 50% are former mayors such as Vice Governor Lian Diboque, a former mayor. This representation, Board Member Rolito Cahilig, Board Member Jason Gonzalez, Board Member Rudy Distora, and Board Member Mark Alabrica. One member of this 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan is a former member of this Sangguniang Panlalawigan, referring to Board Member Doc Dar Topas. Ang pagbabalik ni Doc Dar. Two members are former SB members such as Board Member Dominic Paul Oso and Board Member Cristela Margarico. One member is a law graduate and a promising political leader in the 1st District, referring to Board Member Rica Chain Garin, who happened to be the senior board member. Other members of this 15th SB are the well-experienced ex officio members, such as Board Member Amalia Amal Diboque, the President of the Provincial Federation of the Ikanama Barangays, and Board Member Isara Aldigar Habshir, the President of the Provincial Estate Federation. With this composition, ladies and gentlemen, I am confident that this 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan will perform well as legislative body of the Iloilo provincial government. I am looking forward for a continued, friendly, meaningful, and productive working partnership between the executive and the Sangguniang Panlalawigan without sacrificing the principle of check and balance. I am also looking forward for a harmonious and fruitful working relationship with the presiding officer and my colleagues in this 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan. It is through good working relationship that we can become more effective, perform better, and achieve more for the development of our province. That's what I did in my second term. I will continue to support the program projects and activities of the executive branch designed to uplift the welfare of the people in this province. Present here now from the executive branch are department heads. We have here with us also the provincial administrator, Dr. Banyas. The chief of hospital are also here. By the way, I would like to Dr. Rapinion. Oh, sorry, Doc. Sorry for the health ordinance that you have been abusing. Health ordinance related to the universal health care. I did not expect that we no longer had the agenda in our last session in the 14th Sangguniang Panlalawigan. But rest assured that I will support the forthwith. Version forthwith, no? To support the immediate approval of such ordinance. I will similarly support whatever measures that would be requested by the Governor from this august body, may it be ordinance or resolution, whether classified urgent or not, for so long as the expected result of which are beneficial to the people of this province. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, let us get our acts together for the continued success of our movement for a robust, progressive, globally competitive and resilient, more progress province of Iloilo. Let us get our acts together in promoting the welfare and advancing the interests of the people of this province. God bless Iloilo. God bless us.
Temporary floor leader.
Madam Chair, I move that we recognize the Honorable Rolito C. Kahili.
Yes, the gentleman from the second district of Iloilo, the Honorable Rolito C. Kahile, is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Thank you, Temporary Floor Leader. Good afternoon. Yung ako. Gumuloy ako mo. To our Presiding Officer, Vice Governor Natalie Ann Dibuque, our esteemed colleague in the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan, the department heads, members of the Tri-Media, mga pinalangga ng mga kasimanwa na pinanggit sa Segundo Distrito, mayag nga hapon sa tanan. As they say, if you want to travel a long journey, you must begin on the first step. Kung gusto kita manglakaton sa may pinakalawig ng mga lalakton, sugod kita sa unang lakang. As I embark on the political landscape in the town of Leon, as member of the Sangguniang Bayan for 9 years, presiding officer as Vice Mayor of Leon for 9 years, also the Mayor of Leon for 9 years, and now on the last term as board member of the province of Iloilo, representing the 2nd District of Iloilo. And today, as I begin my third term as member of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, representing my beloved district, the 2nd District, I do so with deep gratitude for the continued trust and confidence you have placed in me. With 2 terms comes not only experience, but also an increased sense of responsibility to listen more intently, to act more decisively, and to serve more meaningfully. Over the past years, I have had the honor to chair 2 key committees, the Committee on Agriculture and the Committee on Cooperatives and other non-governmental organizations. And in those roles, I did not work alone. I have collaborated with our farmers, fisher folks, community leaders, to transform the plans into actions. And together, we have passed ordinances and resolutions on agricultural practices, especially by implementing sustained and science-based efforts to control and prevent ESF and avian influenza in the province of Iloilo, and protecting not just our livestock and poultry industries, but the livelihood of thousands of families. And by advancing the rehabilitation and promotion of the coconut industry, bringing hope to communities that have long depended on the Sicilian crop. Strengthening farmers and fisher folks through programs grounded in local empowerment and sustainable practices, and providing farmers with tools to gain a wider access to the market, such as Iloilo Provincial Agri-Fishery Information System, Farmers and Fisher Folk Agri-Fishery Resources System, or the PAIS farms. And officially accrediting over 100 civil society and non-government organizations in the province of Iloilo, and establishing Iloilo as a national model for participatory governance and inclusive development. This accomplishment represents real people, genuine progress, and meaningful change. While we take pride in our achievement, we must also look forward with purpose. We're entering a term with more challenges and will become greater. Climate threats, rising production costs, land conversion pressures, and the evolving role of cooperatives in the digital economy. These challenges demand a deeper level of commitment from all of us as policymakers, as public servants, rooted in compassion and strategy. That is why, in this 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan, I renew my commitment to institutionalizing what we have started while paving the way for climate resilient agriculture and food security programs, digital tools and data systems to empower cooperatives and farmers in a modern economy, a stronger partnership framework with civil society organizations to align grassroots efforts with our provincial development goals, and continuous capacity building for our local government units and barangays to be first responders in animal disease outbreaks and disaster resilient farming. We do not do this for praise, but because the lifeblood of our province, its food, spirit, and livelihood grows from the hands of our farmers, fisher folks, and the steady strength of our grassroots cooperatives and community organizations. To my fellow members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, I look forward to another term of principled collaboration. To our Governor and our Vice Governor, I thank you for your leadership and support. And most of all, to the people of Iloilo, especially those in the 2nd District, Dorugit, masalamat kanyang tanan-tanan, that this new chapter be not only about new laws, but about lasting legacies. Let us continue to build a province where no farmer is left behind, no peasant unheard, and no cooperative unsupported. God bless our work. God bless the province of Iloilo. Padayon kita sa pag-alaga. Salamat po.
Temporary floor leader.
Madam Chair, we now call upon the members representing the 3rd District. I ask that you recognize the Honorable Mark P. Palabri.
Yes, from the 2nd District, we move forward to the gentleman from the 3rd District of Iloilo, the Honorable Mark P. Palabrica is recognized.
Mayong hapon sa tanan-tanan. To our presiding officer, Vice Governor Natalie Ann Gibuki, to all my honorable colleagues in the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, to everyone, good afternoon. 32 years ago, I was given the opportunity to represent my municipality as a youth and student leader in the annual celebration of the Linggo ng Kabataan of the province of Iloilo, spearheaded by the Panlawigang Federasyon ng mga Sangguniang Kabataan. At that time, still studying as a first-year college student, I was chosen by my fellow youth and student leaders to sit as a boy board member of the 3rd District of Iloilo, and at the same time, Boy Sangguniang Panlalawigan floor leader, then a counterpart of the late former board member Juanito Acanto, who was then the senior board member and the floor leader. It was the first time for me to observe how the Sangguniang Panlalawigan works. And I remember my Maninoy and now colleague, the Honorable Gentleman from the 5th District of Iloilo, Board Member Rolex Sopico, as one of its members. And during that time, the session hall was still located at the now Casa Real, our old provincial capital building. During the same Linggo ng Kabataan of 1993, we youth and student leaders were given the chance to hold office in the provincial government for a week and conduct a boy and girl Sangguniang Panlawigan mock session. I never imagined that after 32 years from being a boy provincial board member of the Boy and Girls Week, I am now elected as a regular member of the Sangguniang Panlawigan representing the 3rd District, Province of Iloilo, a government post that I once dreamed to occupy someday. Coming from a family of community leaders, with my grandfather, the late Mayor Victor Catedral Plagata, the first mayor and founder of our municipality, Bingawan, Iloilo. My father, the late Mayor Sapero Celorio Paladrica, former mayor of Bingawan and San Enrique, Iloilo. And my brother, former board member and now Bingawan Mayor, Matt Plagata Paladrica, who served as my inspirations as a public servant. That youth leadership activity of the provincial government in 1993 opened my heart for public service. Until such time that I was elected as Sangguniang Kabataan Chairman of our barangay, Poblacion Bingawan, Iloilo. Sangguniang Kabataan Municipal Federation President for 6 years, regular Sangguniang Bayan member for 1 term, Vice Mayor for 3 terms, and Mayor for another 3 terms. They have served the government for more than 27 years as a local elected official, with the last 9 years devoted to being a mayor of Bingawan, Iloilo, where the municipality, just like the town of Aninaw, headed by our Honorable Presiding Officer, became a 6-time national awardee of the Seal of Good Local Governance. The first and the only awardee in Iloilo of the Balangay Seal of Excellence Award, the highest award given by the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency or PDEA and the Interagency Task Force on Anti-Illegal Drugs under the Office of the President, and as model local government unit implementing Kalahit Seeds program. I have a little experience in local legislation, wherein I'm a part of the Sangguniang Bayan for 18 years, 9 years as a member, and 9 years as a presiding officer, where the municipality became a Galing Po awardee in 2010 because of the ordinance that they have authored, promoting for transparency and accountability in local governance. There's indeed a big difference in joining with the Sangguniang Panlawigan, which belongs to a higher level in terms of local legislation. I am also deeply honored to be a part of the 15th Sangguniang Panlawigan of Iloilo, whose present membership comprises outstanding, credible, and hardworking public servants who have vast experiences in different fields of governance. As a newly elected member of the Sangguniang Panlawigan, I will try my very best to accomplish my mandate of being the voice of the people of the 3rd District, Province of Iloilo, to our provincial government, focusing on the advocacies they have started as a public servant, to mention transparency and accountability in local governance, and a consultative and participative local government, among others. It is also my commitment to support the social justice agenda of the local chief executive of our province, Governor Arthur Totok Defensor Jr., to support the movement for a robust, progressive, and globally competitive and resilient province of Iloilo, a vehicle to achieve our province's social justice agenda through good governance, as well as to support the legislative platform of our presiding officer, Vice Governor Natalie Ann Dibuki. In the name of public service, I am here to support good governance to achieve more progress in the province of Iloilo and to strengthen the partnership of the Sangguniang Panlawigan and the executive branch headed by our Honorable Governor. Madamong salamat, mayong hapon sa tanan. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Temporary floor leader.
Madam Chair, I now move to recognize Honorable Jason Gonzalez.
Yes, the other gentleman from the 3rd District of Iloilo, the Honorable Jason R. Gonzalez, is recognized.
Vice Governor Lian de Buque, fellow members of the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan, to the members of the Tri-Media, to the department heads, to the men and women sa Sangguniang Secretariat natin, esteemed colleagues, friends in public service, maayong hapon sa inyo matanan. I started my journey in public office actually as a dream when I was 15 years old. I started reading the works of columnist Randy David in the Philippine Daily Inquirer, and he shaped deeply my thoughts about how a nation grows and develops. Aga pa ko naghandog na, and I started the actual journey in the city of Iloilo as an aspiring councilor. In Kaloyan sa Ginoo, nagserbisyo sa dalawang term, pinagbiyahe sa Banwa ang Lambunaw, which today continues to be a humbling privilege to serve as mayor. I continue to be proud of what we accomplished as a people in the municipality of Lambunaw. Ang unang ako nga pagtindog sa inyo sa buong hapon is burdened with additional weight as I stand before you about to begin my 3rd and last term as a member of the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan. I thank the Lord for this immense privilege to have seen the inner workings of government through the different lenses of city, municipality, and province, and having seen it through both sides, from the legislative point of view and the executive point of view. Allow me to begin with gratitude. Madalong na pasasalamat sa tanan. To the 14th Sangguniang Panlalawigan, halin kay Manong Domeng, kay Bal, kay Monsig, kay Carol, kay especially sa akong nga partner sa serbisyo publiko sa Tercer Distrito, seatmate of 6 years, and friend, kay Matt Palaktika. Salamat sa chismis kagaalam. To my fellow board members who have since graduated from this chamber, your insight, your laughter, your relentless work. Salamat yun. Kag sa mga nagpabilin nga ari di gihapon. Kay ang Lito, ang June, nagabalik, si Doc Darl. Kasi minalimtan ako, and ang ako na si mate man, si Board Rolling. Because of the standard that you have set, kaupod si Board Johan, I hold myself to a higher standard of service because of this collective standard that you continue to show us. Above all, I want to express my deep and personal gratitude to Vice Governor Christine Tintigari. Our steady compass through the years, Vice Gov, thank you for being not just a presiding officer, but a unifier, a mentor, kag isa ka matutuon nga yan. Vice Gov Tingting, you held this body together with wisdom and fairness and quiet strength. Thank you not just for the way you led, but for the way you cared. In the past 6 years, I've tried to be faithful to the people of the 3rd District, to the 9 municipalities, our 427 barangays, our hardworking mayors and barangay captains, and of course, to the people of the 3rd District. At ako pasalamat. Ang akon ng posisyon, kautangan ko kaninyo, ang akon na mabalo sa akong sakripisyo, kagihalan ko ang ako nakaalam para sa inyo. Every ordinance I authored, every community program I championed began with a simple question. What does this community need to grow with dignity? I've advocated for farmers, crafting the ordinance that gave birth to our farm tourism act, not just to boost livelihoods, but to celebrate the land and those who till it. I've stood behind our small businesses and local entrepreneurs through initiatives like the Micro Small Medium Enterprise Council and the Embrace program, knowing that resilience often starts in the smallest sari-sari store or the tiniest carinderia. I fought to ensure protection and support for repatriated OFWs, especially during times of crisis. Because when the world turns uncertain, home must remain a place of safety. I worked for the protection of our people in the digital age through an ordinance on online fraud protection, a modest yet timely step in safeguarding citizens in a space we can no longer ignore. And through all of this, I remain committed to cultivating an environment where startups and innovation can thrive, especially those led by the young, the daring, sometimes the underestimated. And just recently, championing legislation that allowed for the passage of the first private-public partnership of the province of Iloilo, together with Panay Medical Ventures Incorporated and PhilHealth, by establishing hemodialysis centers in our 12 district hospitals and provincial hospitals, which will offer free dialysis services to thousands of residents in the province of Iloilo without having to go to the city. But there's one thread that has run quietly and consistently through all my years in public service. It's education. Long before I entered this chamber, I already worked with teachers, with school heads, with volunteer mentors, believing as I still do today that the real work of transformation begins in the classroom. And if we lose the battle inside the classroom, we might as well lose it everywhere else. The rest might not matter. And yet we know the reality. Too many of our children still do not know how to read. Learning poverty in the Philippines is 90%. In the province of Iloilo, it is 70%. 70% of our children cannot read at the grade level where they're at. Too many of our children cannot understand, and many fall through the cracks. Not for lack of intelligence, but for lack of support. That's why I've given my full commitment to Best Basa, a grassroots reading program built in partnership with our barangays, our volunteers, and under the strong leadership of Governor Toto Defensor. I thank the Governor not only for pursuing and supporting this initiative, but for sharing the conviction that literacy is not a side issue. It is foundational. The goal is simple, and it is bold, to build a province of readers. A place where every child has the chance to read, to understand, and to imagine, to dream for himself or herself and her family. Where literacy is not a privilege, but a birthright. Because when a child learns to read, the world opens up. And when a society teaches its children to read well, we build not just learners, but thinkers, dreamers, and citizens. This is the Iloilo that I want to help build. Quietly, steadily, together. And today, I look forward with real excitement to this new chapter with the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan under the leadership of Vice Governor Lee Andebu. Vice Gov, I know your leadership will bring new energy, a fresh pace, and a strong sense of purpose. I'm honored to serve alongside everyone in this august body and this impressive new group of public servants. I've always believed that public service is more than a role. Just like the priesthood, it is a vocation. And if done well, it becomes an act of love. Not the soft kind of love, hindi malumuok na paggugma, but the kind that rolls up its sleeves, listens to hard truths, and stays in the room even when it's uncomfortable. We are not here to be mere administrators. We are here to be bridge builders, system changers, and if we're brave enough, storytellers of a better future. As Ethan Hunt said sa Mission Impossible, our mission, and we have chosen to accept it, is to serve not only the people we see, but those we may never meet. To govern with empathy, to legislate with integrity, and to act always with the long arc of justice in mind. That for me is servant leadership. May this term be our best one yet. Sa tanan nga pumuluyo sa probinsya kang Iloilo na pinagit sa tercer distrito, salamat gid sang madamo, mabuhay ang Iloilo. Salamat.
Temporary floor leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. From the 3rd District, we now move to the 4th District. May I move that you recognize Honorable Rolando B. Iscura.
Yes. From the gentleman of my home district, the 4th District of Iloilo, the Honorable Rolando B. Discura is recognized.
Maayong hapon sa tanan.
Maayong hapon.
Beloved people of the 4th District of Iloilo, fellow public servants, of course, to our gem of the 4th District, Vice Governor Lian, and to all my distinguished colleagues of the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan, department heads, members of the media, family and friends, staff, and fellow Ilonggos, Today, I stand before you merely as a re-elected board member of the 4th District of Iloilo, but as a humble and deeply grateful servant of the people. This day marks not only the continuation of my mandate, but a profound affirmation of the trust and support of the 124,834 votes I gathered last election, which have given me, from the bottom of my heart, ang tamang pinasalamat. I look back at my last 2 terms, not as flawless journey, but as a meaningful one, filled with lesson, sacrifices, and cooperation. These past years taught me that leadership is not about standing ahead, but about listening, learning, and uplifting others. I have come to realize that the true measure of a public servant lies not in the titles that we carry, but in the lives we impact to every Ilonggos. One of the most fulfilling parts of this journey has been gathering ideas, listening to voices from all walks of life, which often led to the best crafted ordinances that I have made during the last 2 terms. These moments of sincere attention and collaboration are a constant reminder of why I choose to serve. Because real and lasting change happens when people come together and with a shared purpose. As I begin my final term, I do so with a renewed spirit and clear direction. I dedicate this last chapter of my public service to pursuing for ordinances and legislative efforts that support the social justice agenda of GovToto. We are united in a vision for our province where fairness, dignity, and opportunity reach every corner of the LGUs and the farthest barangays of the province of Iloilo. Together with Vice Gov Lian, the distinguished members of the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan, I commit myself to being a steadfast and a dependable partner, a responsible and passionate ally to our provincial leadership under the sterling and calm stewardship of GovToto Defensor. I may have not all the answers, but I'm always ready to listen and act with sincerity and urgency. I'm also humbled to be recognized as the energy champion of the province of Iloilo, having authored and sponsored the first renewable energy ordinance in the Philippines, with its automatic appropriation, giving priority to renewable energy projects to our district hospitals and provincial hospitals. I am also the author of the Energy Code of the province of Iloilo, creating an office under the PGENRO, the Energy Efficiency Conservation Office. It is not simply a distinction. For me, it is a calling. I will use this term to pass meaningful legislation on renewable energy, energy conservation, energy efficiency, disaster risk reduction and management, and climate change. There are not distant concerns, they are immediate responsibilities. And I intend to act on it not only to the present, but for the future of the Ilonggos. Because power precedes progress. No amount of investment or company will come in the province of Iloilo or foreign direct investment if we do not have enough, reliable, and reasonable power. Push for more. Push for more. Meaning P, prayer for peace and progress. When you have prayer, you'll have unity for collaboration, and S is for shared strength, and that opportunity goes with hope and happiness for the Filipinos. This is my time to give back, to serve with all my strength and wisdom. This is a term where I intend not only to work harder, but to lead with greater depth and purpose, with integrity, with urgency, most especially with hope. My dear constituents and the people of Iloilo, I believe that true strength of a leader lies in the people they serve. The people of the 4th District have placed their trust in me for 3 terms. This final time, I will make it count. I will make it more meaningful. Together with Mayor BJ Veron and the municipal officials of Dumangas, I will strongly support the expansion of the Dumangas Port to accommodate increased logistics and cargo handling activities with the goal of potentially making my beloved town the next component city in the province of Iloilo. Additionally, together with Mayor BB Veron, its municipal officials of Barotac Nuevo, we will work together with Board Member Dominic towards maintaining Barotac Nuevo's status as the football capital of the Philippines by supporting football-related activities and its related programs. Furthermore, we aim to establish Anila, the beloved town of our Vice Governor and Mayor Matet here present, as the softball capital of the baseball capital of the Philippines, a distinction that would bring pride to our community, much like the revered Banaan Festival. Moreover, together with Mayor Junjun Gonzalez of Banate, we will support the ongoing proposal for the development of the municipal port, which is expected to play a key role in transforming Banate into and Anilao and Barotac Nuevo into an agricultural and aquatic investment hub of the province of Iloilo. We will continue to make unwavering efforts in promoting the progressive development of San Enrique under the leadership of Mayor Nino Fernandez and Dueñas under the leadership of and dedication of Mayor Bobit Pama. Through collaborative initiatives and strategic planning, we aim to unlock the full potential of these towns, driving growth and improving the quality of life of their residents. Consequently, by fostering a supportive environment and leveraging opportunities, we envision a brighter future for San Enrique and Dueñas, where prosperity and progress thrive. In addition, under the continued leadership of Mayor Biloy Pagarica of Dingle, we will work together to support the agricultural and economic growth of the municipality of Dingle, recognizing its vital role as the source of irrigation water for the neighboring towns of Anilao, Barotac Nuevo, and Dumangas. Notably, the Boroboro Dam is crucial. It's a component of the local water supply in enabling our farmers to cultivate their lands and sustain their livelihood. As a result, by supporting Dingle's growth, we aim to create a ripple effect of prosperity that benefits not only its residents but also the surrounding communities and rely on its resources. Similarly, in conjunction with the Development Trust of Pasay City, we will closely work hand in hand with Mayor Stephen Palmares to relentlessly support Pasig City's growth to greater areas and to greater heights as the next economic tiger of Panay Island. With the strong representation and relentless effort of our beloved Congressman, Dr. Ferds Biron of the 4th Congressional District, we are confident that this vision will be realized. Ultimately, the stars have aligned. Politically supported by Gov. Toto, Vice Gov. Lian, and my distinguished colleagues, these projects will be attained. Let us work hand in hand together with our department heads, the executive department, and rest assured, ELA, Executive Legislative Agenda, will always be in the cornerstone of our legislative works. Let us work this final chapter together with purpose, with pride, and with prayer. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat sa gihapon. Rolly Distura. Thank you.
Temporary floor leader.
Madam Chair, may I ask you to recognize Honorable Dominic Paul C. Oso.
Yes, the gentleman from the 4th District, Honorable Dominic Paul C. Osco, is recognized.
Mayong hapon, sang nakita ako ang ginpreparar ni Board Member Amalia nga 16 pages nga speech. Nagtawhay ang akong dugahan. Kaya ang ginpreparar ko nga pages, 25 pages nga speech. So bear with me. Joke lang. Isagad daw ako sa subong nga hapon. To the Honorable Madam Presiding Officer, the Vice Governor of the Province of Iloilo, Natalie Antibuque, good afternoon, Madam. Sa atong pinalanggang ng Governor, Total Defensor, our Majority Floor Leader, our colleagues in public service, especially to the esteemed members of the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan, department heads, staffs, friends from the media, guests, mayong hapon sa inyong tanan. Sa akong pagpanglugayawan sa mga kabanuhanan kag kabaranggayan sa 4 distrito at one point ipamangkot ko kitang akong kaugalingon kung paano ko ipakilala ang akong kaugalingon sa pumuluyo. Ayhan, pauyunan Manila ako. Hambal ko, sige lang, give it time, just a little more time, so we can get closer. Sang nag-abot naman ang tion, gintalana nga kundiin ang tanan magapili sang ila na hamutan. Nakahambal naman ako sa lawas ko. And this feels so right. Maybe this time. Just maybe this time. Kasubong sa mga ambahanon nga ginhalad ko sa ila, may init-gid ang pagbaton, kagipalangga gid ako sang pumuluyo o sang bilog ng 4 distrito. Sa siningation, luyag ko gid pasalamatan ang pumuluyo sang 4 distrito sa ila pagbaton, pagsalig, kag pagpalangga. That I was given the opportunity to serve them as their board member. Tinuhaan ko kang ila pagpalangga, pailuhan ko sang akon kapisan nga magserbisyo sang tampad sa ila kag sa bilugban probinsya sang Iloilo. Above all, I thank the Lord Almighty for this moment, for the gift of life, and for good health. Also, I would like to thank my parents, of course, for their guidance, Pinapasalamatan lugid ang pagbulog sa pamilya, relatives, friends, sa akon maninay, at mga maninoy sa mga kabanwahanan, of course, sa amay sa 4 distrito, Congressman Doc Ferge Piron, madamo gid ng salamat. Sa pinalangga ko nga banwa sang Barotac Nuevo, halin sang una nga konsihal pa ako, hasta subong grabe gid ang inyong pagpalangga at pagsuporta. Madamo gid nga salamat. Today is a very significant event because this is the first time that the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan is officially gathered to hold its inaugural session. This brings to mind the strong words of Sir Henry Ford, coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. To the members of this august body and our department heads, I am excited and I look forward to working harmoniously with you for the common good and for the people of the province of Iloilo. After all, duna sa aton ang paghinangpanay. Because according to a historian and linguist, the philosophy of kapwa highlights our interconnectedness. This emphasizes that our culture is deeply rooted in cooperation, harmony, bayanihan, and doing things as one. It is always an honor na ginapalibutan ako sa mga mapisan at mga maalam nga mga members of this 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Kaupod sa aton gobernador, we are on the same journey to a more progressive Iloilo. Maraming salamat, mayong hapon sa inyo tanan.
Temporary floor leader.
Madam Chair, we now move to the members coming from the 5th District of Iloilo. May I move that you recognize the Honorable Milito C. Tupa.
Yes, from the 5th District of Iloilo, the gentleman, the Municipality of Barotac Viejo, the Honorable Nilito C. Tupas is recognized.
To the Honorable Governor Arthur Tuto, Defensor, to our presiding officer, our Vice Mayor Natalie Lian, Vice Governor Natalie Lian Libuque, to my fellow colleagues, to our guests, to our provincial administrator, Raul Banyas, and head of offices, media, friends, and guests, maayong hapon sa tanan. So, I am Dr. Gary Tupas, nagbalik na subong as your board member sa 5th District. Pinakulbaan na naman, maghambal, hindi na sanay. So, first of all, I'd like to thank all the people of the 5th District for giving me a chance to go back to become a board member. Madamo pa ko nakita na pwede makabuling man ako because I believe in one thing, God-centered, family-oriented, and do the right thing as much as possible. So, akon lang is, nagbalik ako kay may mga kulang. I could help better if I'm in the position to help. My first run for my family and for the 5th District. My second run is for my family and the 5th District. And my third run is to God, to myself, and to the 5th District. With that in mind,
tinguwaon ko gid na makahimo ang kabulig. The first time I remember, my first 3 terms here, hindi man kita ko kabalo na isahan man ako sa isa ko ako. And right now, he's not here, pero ang bata niya. Okay? That was that non-doming puso. I vividly remember, well, hindi kita maglakad sa membership if wala taga 5th district. What happened is, I have 13 membership, 2 vice chairmanship, and 2 chairmanship. Adlaw-adlaw, akay ako diri sa Kapitolyo. And I'm from the 5th district. It's like a burden that became a blessing. Nagtudlo sa akon, paano ako makabuli sa 5th district. If you remember, naging doktor ako, na-mention ko man before, because hindi ko gusto magsulod sa politics. Paano ako makabulig na wala ako sa politics? Amo na, medicine. I finished my medicine, and if you remember, several nauna ang iban ko ang mga siblings. For that reason, there's a bond that I've learned in my 3 years. In my 3 years here, dapat sige-sige to work with your colleagues, to work and to listen and to learn from them. By doing that, I've accomplished or been part of the 282 resolutions for the year 2019 and 22, and for the 19 ordinances for that year also, especially for the initial implementation of universal healthcare na wala pa natapos at this time sa CBC for Japan, for the mental health ordinances, for the precaution for the rabies yung magnanigid, and for one of my advocacy also, ang province of Iloilo ecological and economic part. Naka-ordinance na, pero wala pa na umpisa. Okay, medyo madako-dako ang budget. What else? What I've learned is going around places, going to the barangays. Kung matagaan ako tsansa, I will continue what I did before. Ipadayon ko nga dalon ang Kapitolyo sa kabarangayan. Kag ibalik ang tingog sa umuluyo sa Kapitolyo. For that in mind, hindi lang 4 corners, kundi ang problema sa bilog na barangay, pabalik ko pag mahimuan sa ordinansa. For example, isa ko binatulungan as Vice Chairman of Education sa 2022 when I go around integrated schools. Pero may reklamo ang mga principal na pinapangayo na ng mother school ang mga teachers nila. So, I thought that we go. As Vice Chair, may arang monthly meeting. So, it was recommended to the supervisor at the time, Borromeo, and now we have these PSD teachers in that connection. So, ang apan lang, medyo nakulbaan ang subo sa paghambal, pagpasensya na ako. But rest assured, I'll be here working, doing resolutions, doing ordinances, presence on committee hearing as before. Damo na, 4 na lang nabilin ko nga mentor, nga ari ni Subo, which I thank very much kay Nung June, Nung Lito, okay, si Jason, kag si Nung Rolling. But after that, may nagdugang naman ka damo. Okay. Kung sa una, gamay lang ang mga babae, subong mas nagdami na ang roses. And not only that, kung sa una, may ara na may edad-edad, ari na subong ang mas bata na board member also. And hindi lang na kung sa una, kabuldayan ako, wala ang upod ko, babae, subong niya, manong Rolex ko na. Okay, so with that in mind, he took care of me, damo kami of the nights, natanay pa ko. So, I never imagined na makaupod ako sa iyan sa isa ka pwesto diri sa Capitol. So hindi na ako yung magdugay. All I want is to thank everybody for the opportunity before, especially the secretariat, the department heads, for being helping me to do the things that I need to do, which is my obligation as ordinances, sa mga ordinances, resolution, and sa budget sa ato ng probinsya sa Iloilo. So, Vice Gov, to all my fellow board members, madamo din nga salamat and gani hindi ka magsawa sa akon sa pagpulit sa inyo para sa advices. For that, thank you and to God be the glory.
Temporary floor leader.
Madam Chair, it is now my turn to deliver my inaugural speech. May I ask you to recognize the undersigned?
Yes, the temporary floor leader and the gentleman from the 5th District of Iloilo, the Honorable Rolex Isapiko, is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Itituluhan ko yung dreams. So the Honorable Vice Governor D. Andy Bouquet, my dear esteemed colleagues, the Provincial Administrator Dr. Raul Banyas, Department Heads of the Iloilo Provincial Government, ladies and gentlemen, mayong hapon sa lahat. As I watched the proceedings open today, I recall the opening scene of the movie Gladiator. It is a battle scene, and Maximus, a Roman general played by Russell Crowe, delivered a speech before the start of the battle. He said, "What we do in life echoes in eternity." What does it mean? It simply means, my friends, that our actions today have consequences beyond the present moment. They transcend the four walls of this room. We are here now because we made a series of life-changing decisions. Our presence didn't come by chance. It was the result of a series of events that we all wanted and willed to happen, resulting in our respective electoral victories. By choice, we have all become servants of the people. Nelson Mandela, the former president of South Africa, said, "It's better to lead from behind and put others in front, especially when you celebrate victory and nice things occur. You take the front line when there is danger. Then the people will appreciate your leadership." We have celebrated our victories. We have taken our oaths of office. Now is the time to be in the front lines. Now is the time to show leadership and readiness to confront not danger, but the challenges ahead. We all have our dreams for our respective districts. We all have our aspirations for the province of Iloilo. Let us believe that we can realize these dreams and aspirations, even if it is beyond the life of this Sangguniang. We can plant the seeds today, even if the forest may be visible tomorrow. In closing, I wish to congratulate everyone for their respective electoral victories. We have applied for the positions of members of the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Our bosses, the people, have accepted our applications. Now is the time for all of us to do our jobs. Lao Tzu, the Chinese philosopher, said that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Let us therefore take that first step, drive that first nail, put the first brick. Madamong salamat. God bless this 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan. And indeed, my friends, dreams do come true.
Temporary floor leader.
Madam Chair, may I now move that you recognize the Honorable Christy Love Custodio Margarito.
Yes. The interim president and ex-official member, Honorable Christy Love Custodio Margarico from the 1st District is recognized.
To our Madam Presiding Officer, Vice Governor Natalie Ann Formacion de Buque, to my colleagues in public service, to our esteemed guests, to our ever supporting family members, loved ones, and friends. I am hapon sa inyong tanan. I am deeply grateful and humbled to be given this opportunity, this privilege to represent the 433 members of the Philippine Councilors League Iloilo chapter as the interim president. With the conviction that true public service is founded on integrity, it is my dream, my firm belief, that together we can lead our province to greater heights and promote opportunities to our constituents to better their lives. Paraphrasing the Roman statement Cicero, the highest law, the best legislative action shall be the safety and betterment of the people. The aim of a ship captain is a successful journey. That of a doctor, the health of the patient. Teachers make sure that their students learn, and parents work hard for their children's future. In the same vein, the fundamental aim of legislators is that their citizens live a fulfilling life. In like manner, our aim as your councilors is for the continued improvement of the Ilonggos, the continued progress of Iloilo province. In a sense, we do not just legislate laws. More importantly, we legislate lives. With the stroke of our pen, we shape the structure of a community. With our voice in the podium, we can influence a person's destiny. The power of our office can affect and even make a difference to each and every Ilonggos hope and dream. The dream of a father for his son to excel in athletics can be realized if we provide holistic sports programs and world-class facilities. The dream of our mother for her daughter to study in the best schools may be fulfilled if we continue to create efficient scholarship grants and long-term educational plans. Yes, we are legislating lives. A farmer who yearn for a better yield and a better road for transport can do nothing but wait for us, trusting us that while he endures a year-round back-breaking labor, we break new grounds and plant more seeds towards a cohesive and more continued growth in the agricultural sectors. Indeed, we are legislating lives. The documents we sign can be their answered prayers. The votes we make can be their long-awaited blessings. Our actions have deeper meanings. Our decisions have wider consequences. In a sense, through our enactments, we define the identity of a true Ilonggo. Independent but dependable. Free but responsible. Hopeful for the future, respectful of the past, and grateful in the present. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what Iloilo Province is. A society full of opportunities, with people beaming with pride, their hopes and dreams entrusted to us, for they believe that we, their leaders, will lead them towards a good life, will lead them towards a better Iloilo. Madamo din, kasalamat.
Temporary floor leader.
Madam Chair, at this point, may I move that we recognize the LND President, the Honorable Amalia Victoria F. Liu.
Yes. The LMD president and the lady from the same municipality as me, the same house, and from the same womb. The Honorable Amalia Victoria Formacion Bibuque is recognized.
Prepared ko ng akong 26 pages to speech for today. Good afternoon to this newly assembled August body and to all of the guests in this hall. The Sangguniang opens a new chapter for the province of Iloilo, led by our new Vice Governor, Honorable Natalie Ann Lian Bibuque, my manang, whose leadership has long been defined by dedication, experience, and a heart for public service. It has been a true privilege to have you supporting me during my first year as Provincial Liga President. You have been a guiding presence through this journey. Now, as we move forward together, I am filled with hope and determination to work hand in hand with you for the continued growth and progress for all 1,721 barangays in our beloved province. At the same time, I would also like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to all the newly elected members of the Provincial Board. Honorable Rica Jane Garin of the 1st District, Honorable Mark Palabrica, ang classmate ko sa kampanya from the 3rd District, Honorable Dominic Oso, ako man classmate and singing buddy. Honorable Darl Tupas and Honorable Rolex Suplico from the 5th District. We welcome you and look forward to building a strong and productive relationship with each and every one of you. To the re-elected members who have continued to show their dedication and commitment to public service, I am honored to continue working with you and congratulate you for a successful re-election. For Joanne, for June, for Lito, for Jason, and for Ronnie. As Liga President, my presence in the Sanggunian is anchored not just in representation, but in true grassroots governance. Over the past year, our efforts have been focused on fortifying the Provincial Liga as a strong and responsive institution for a local leadership. In 2024, we focused heavily on energizing our barangay officials through leadership, sports, civic engagement programs. We successfully launched the first ever district-wide and province-wide barangay leagues, the 4th District Biron Barangay Cup, the 3rd District Defensor Barangay Cup, and the Provincial Barangay Officials League. We also launched our Barangay Aid on Wheels, a program that brings free legal assistance directly to our barangays in partnership with the Integrated Bar of the Philippines and the Municipal Liga chapters. This initiative also works alongside with the Department of Interior and Local Government, which provides crash courses on on barangay governance during each visit. Moreover, in partnership with the Iloilo Provincial Government, we ensure proper dissemination of vital information and services to every barangay. This program stands as a testament to our commitment to justice, good governance, and accessibility to all. In February, in this May, we also organized a fundraising raffle called Kaibigan Mo Ang Liga, a project aimed at setting aside funds for burial and medical assistance for all barangay officials. While the amount given may not be as large, the true value of this initiative lies in the message it carries, that no barangay official should ever feel alone in times of need. Through this project, gusto ko mabalaan sa mga barangay officials na pwede galing nila masandigan ang provincial liga nila. And soon, on July 5, we are also relaunching our provincial barangay league. Will commence again. This time, it will be bigger and better. So I extend a warm invitation to my fellow board members and my vice governor to join us this Saturday at Tamasak Arena, Barota Nuevo. Official invites to be followed and also official requests for donations will be followed. My first year in office was intentional, a year of immersion, balancing my dual role as Liga President and ex-officio member of our province legislative branch. It was not a small task for a neophyte such as myself. Much of my time and energy were devoted to rebuilding, organizing, and energizing the Liga. But this year and moving forward, I am committed to deepening my legislative involvement to the 15th Sanggunian. To end, I assure each of you my full cooperation and commitment. I may hold one seat in this Sanggunian, but I speak on behalf of 1,721 barangays, whose voices I carry with pride and responsibility. Together, let us work to uplift every barangay in the province of Iloilo. Thank you.
Temporary floor leader.
Madam Chair, I move that we recognize PPSK President Honorable Isara Aldeguer Javier.
Yes, the PPSK president and the lady from the 5th District of Iloilo, Honorable Isara Aldeguer Javier, is recognized.
Sa aton pinanaga na may isang probinsya sa Iloilo, Governor Arthur Tuto Defensor Jr., sa aton newly elected Vice Governor natong Ian Dibuque, na may kabaskog sa pagmuno, kag may suporta gid sa bugos na sangliang panlalawigan. And to my honorable colleagues, to our SP Secretary, department heads na naging supportive gid sa among mga events, si Attorney Von, Doc Ilion, ilituan mata isa-isa kamo. Pero PPSK office is very grateful kaya naging ka muna nag-guide kag nagbulig sa akon. And of course, to my PPSK family, I know na si Mami wala isubong or any family members ko, pero hindi siya magkabalaka kay wala ko tagsa-tagsa sa inyo. Pamilya ko mag-support agad sa bungad ng sakon. And gapayo pa siya daan kay was real, but at least clear na sa cancer. And you know that my fight is your fight, man. And that ko para sa imo. And of course, our partners from the youth sector, media friends, and most especially to the good people of Iloilo Province, mayong adlaw sa inyo tanan. Ang una na inauguration, memorable pa sa akon, kay graduating student ko. Kag ang schedule sa inauguration, exam ko gid. It was a 4 fight in a row. It was the barangay election, municipal election, and province election. But most especially, para di ko migas sa nanay ko, ma-remain sa Latin honors. Kagapati dito na wala imposible, basta gabakas, kagay makas lang kita.
We gathered here today not just to acknowledge a ceremony or tradition. This is the trust made visible. This is democracy at work. As the election season comes to a close, let this inauguration not be the end of the campaign, but the beginning of a commitment. Let us not forget that the offices we hold, the oath we take, and the trust we are given, all of it is borrowed. Borrowed from the people who place their hopes in our hands. Today, as I stand before you as the SK Provincial President, I speak not only with pride, but with deep humility and a renewed commitment. I did not stand for this position to occupy a seat. I stood to take responsibility, to represent your dreams, defend your rights, and ensure that no kabataan Ilonggo is left behind. Kag sa lipod na tiun, makita naman ang naubrata, wala lang nagatagugan sa probinsya sa Iloilo, kundi sa bugos na Pilipinas as one of the most outstanding SK Federation of the Philippines. And I am greatly grateful and honored to extend my warmest congratulations to my fellow board members, both newly elected and re-elected. I know that each one of you carries the trust of your constituents and a strong desire to serve. And to our Honorable Presiding Officer, Vice Governor Lian Dibuque, I know you may not have a partner in life, or wala ka pa boyfriend by school right now. But let me say this to you. You have us, you have me, and you have the entire PPSK family as your partner in good governance and crafting legacy projects that will shape our province future. To everyone present, welcome to the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan. We are entrusted with a clear and noble mission to create and pass policies, resolution, ordinances that will genuinely uplift the lives of our fellow Ilonggos. Whatever challenges may arise, let us face them united, grounded in purpose, and unshaken in our duty to serve. I am looking forward to working with each and every one of you. I am confident that the milestone we achieved during the 14th Sangguniang Panlalawigan will not only be continued, but will elevated with this new set of dynamic leaders and wise minds. Together, we are on the right path towards a more progressive Iloilo province. Let today be the beginning of legacy, not just of leadership, but of kindness, of service, of action that speaks louder than any title we hold. Tomorrow belongs to us, but it is what we do today that will define our legacy. Let that legacy be one of unity, respect, and unwavering dedication to the people we serve. Madapong ginasalamat, padayon lang ta sa pagserbisyo, liderato na may kakusog, kag-isog, kag-tabasco para sa kabataan Ilonggo dahil kay Isara, hindi ka mag-iisa. Mabuhay ang kabataan Ilonggo, kag para ini sa imong mahal na Ginoo. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, honorable board members. At this point, temporary floor leader, the chair yields to the honorable board member Rolito Cahilig of the 2nd District as the temporary presiding officer.
The temporary presiding officer is now presiding. Lord Leader.
Thank you. Please recognize the Vice Governor of the Province of Iloilo, the Honorable Natalie Ann F. Dibuque, to deliver her inaugural speech.
Vice Governor of the Province of Iloilo, Natalie Ann Dibuque, you all have are recognized. You may take the floor.
Mayong hapon sa inyo tanan. I understand and forgive the nervous slip of Honorable Tupas. I was the mayor of Manila, now the vice governor, and still looking like a vice mayor. But despite the titles, honorable or not, we all here have a shared responsibility to serve and protect our beloved province of Iloilo. Many were curious as to how I will manage to be the presiding officer of the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan ng Iloilo. Coming from UP and Visay, one of the key things that was instilled in me was critical thinking, to listen, to question, to reason. And thus, I encourage everyone to have debates, to tackle, to have differing opinions, not for the sake of disagreement, but to sharpen our ideas and arrive at a better outcome for our people. On the other hand, what I have learned being the mayor of Manila for the last 9 years, is that you cannot govern alone. That is why I enjoin everyone to work collaboratively, to give voices to the people. And after hearing the inaugural speeches of fellow members of the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan, my answer to that question is this. If this session is anything to go by, I will enjoy the pleasure and the challenge of presiding over the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan. After all, the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan ng Iloilo is an interesting mix of differing age groups, differing genders, differing perspectives, differing hobbies, from lovers of music to movies to different philosophies. And I'm also assured by our PPSK, Honorable Javier, that for the next 3 years, if my love life is not fruitful, at least I have her and my fellow board members in service of the province of Iloilo. I am one with the call of Board Member Mandijar for impartiality. This is the time that we shed light not on politics but on public service. I was also like Board Member Karim, who started out my exposure and compassion to people by being a daughter of public leaders. And the values they have instilled in me has been a strong foundation of my political and public journey. And like Board Member Tupas, if all things is not without reason, always look for God and put Him at the center of our service. I would also like to be with my fellow board members in our shared vision for the province of Iloilo. But before that, together with Board Member Herminanda and of course Board Member Gonzalez, we recognize and thank the strong foundation laid on us, laid by our 14th SP, Sangguniang Panlalawigan. And I also like to thank our Iloilo Provincial Government for the wonderful inauguration ceremony yesterday, inaugural session today. But as much as I enjoy dressing up, I am excited to put my heels on rest and work with you, especially together with Board Member Jason Gonzalez for education, with our temporary presiding officer, Board Member Kahilig, for agriculture and championing our farmers. I would like to work with Board Member Rolly Distura as he pushes for green energy and for supporting the local visions of the different municipalities. Especially that I have my fellow mayor, multi-awarded mayor, board member Palabrica. I just wanted to note that in 1993, you were here at the Capitol. I was just born. Now together. I'm excited also to work with Board Member Tupas and for help, especially in promoting preventive health, upgrading our district hospitals. And of course, as they have said, of our PCL representative, that we are legislating lives, not just paperwork. And because at the end of the day, we are here to realize the dreams not just of this generation, but for generations to come, just like board members of Pico. I am happy and I am confident that we will bring more progress to the province of Iloilo, especially that we are all aligned in the vision of our good governor, Governor Tuto Defensor, our national policies, and of course of our shared commitment to our sustainable development goals. Nagapatigid ako, excited, na madamo kita mauga. Wala akong ginakakulbaan, nalipay din ako. Kung may aral akong hakulbaan, amo ina akong tamaan kasweet ang akong manghoy. Ay buot silingon, may palabuton inang apla ngayon. Kapin pangabit-bit niya ang tingog sa 1,721 na mga kabaranggayan sa probinsya kang Iloilo. Kaya biskan madako ina ang pagpanghangkat sa atong tanan, kung ululupod kita, masarangan kita. I'm also happy to have you with us this afternoon are our members, our partners from the executive branch, our representatives from our different CSOs, from the local government units, and from our partners from the media. Nalipay ako nga ari kita diri, kay tungod nga hindi din naman masarangan ko kami lang sa 14 SP. The work here is not just our work, this is all our responsibility, and we will work together, hand in hand, as our partners in good governance. Kanit sa liwat, madamo, gid salamat.
The department presiding officer is now relinquished the chair to the permanent presiding officer of our bus governor.
Thank you. The permanent presiding officer now presides. Temporary floor leader.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. There are no matters to be discussed from items 8 to 12 in our agenda today. We now proceed to item 13 on announcements. Any announcements?
Temporary floor leader, I have an announcement. I would like to invite everyone present here, from my fellow board members, actually panalawigan of the 15 SP, our partners from the executive branch, our CSOs, our family, our guests, our partners from the media, to a reception at the National Museum so that we could relax, have some snacks, and we could discuss informally our plans and programs for the province of Iloilo. This is a way for us to get to know more of each other as we start our journey in public service for the next 3 years.
Madam Chair, there being no other matters to be discussed, I move for the adjournment of today's session.
There is a motion to adjourn. Any objections? Hearing none, the first and inaugural session of the 15th Sangguniang Panlalawigan is now adjourned at 4:44 p.m.
Kung ma-object ka sa adjournment,